The Minimal Manual, a study about learning to use a word processor by John M. Carroll, Penny L. Smith-Kirker, Jim R. Ford, and Sandra A. Mazur-Remetz. The purpose of this study is to suggest that a newly developed word processing instruction manual enables users to learn faster and perform tasks more efficiently. The authors designed a manual that focuses on the tasks at hand, eliminates wordiness, helps recognize errors, and is organized as a guide. The study was conducted through observations and 2 experiments in which participants performed specific tasks using either the Minimal Manual or the commercially designed self-instruction manual. In the first experiment, 19 subjects were selected through a temporary agency, 10 in the Minimal Manual and 9 in the self-instruction group. The researchers established the following criteria for participants: people with experience in typical office work, less than 3 months of general word processing experience, and no experience with the Minimal Manual system. The majority had some college-level education. In the second experiment, 32 subjects were selected, with 8 in each group. The manual education level was high school, and work experience was 5 years. Participants were filtered based on the same criteria as the first experiment. The researchers attempted to control for age by proportioning the participants among 6 age ranges. However, randomization is not mentioned for either experiment. Both experiments were between subject studies. In the first, the subjects were divided into groups of 2 or 3 and put into a mock office environment in which each group was given one of the 2 manuals and set of word processing tasks to perform. They were told to use the training manual to learn how to use the new word processor. The tasks ranged from creating various documents to revising them. The researchers measured 2 criteria: the time to complete the tasks and their performance with the tasks. In the second experiment, the independent variables were the subject's use of the self-instruction or the Minimal Manual, and the learning while doing or learn by the book approach. The learn while doing participants had 5 hours to complete a set of tasks, and the learn by the book subjects had 3 hours. In the first experiment, the researchers tabulated the times of the participants' use of the material in each group. They also measured the amount of tasks completed with each manual. Figures show the results and represent the author's conclusion that the Minimal Manual is more efficient. In the second, the results of performance were calculated using a 2-way analysis of variance of the subtasks. The analysis shows that Minimal Manual learners finished 58% more tasks and 93% more per unit of time than self-instruction participants. The researchers also indicate that the results of error recovery did not reach statistical significance. The authors state that our 2 experiments converge on the conclusion that the Minimal Manual is substantially and reliably superior to the commercial self-instruction manual. They also recognize that this study was focused on office work and may not be representative across other areas of technology. They also mentioned that the experiments do not fully demonstrate the causation between learning while doing and learning by the book. This also leads to the fact that no randomization of this subject lead to the studies being quasi-experiments. The manual was empirically tested and designed, however, it is difficult to determine the representativeness of the study, and a control group was only mentioned for the second experiment. Further testing and levels of independent variables are needed to add to the success of this study.